What's going on, y'all? I want to welcome you back to the Raw Report. And today we're going to talk about character. But we're going to talk about character in a different light. And I'm already knowing I'm going to say something that a bunch of y'all don't want to hear, but if it's the truth, it's the truth. A lot of y'all life looked the same today as it did 2-3 years ago. You got the same habits, same excuses, same results. And it's not because you're unlucky. It's because before I say that, I'll say this. I read a study that said 9 out of 10 people would rather die than to change. Is that you? And if that is you, I want you to ask yourself, why is that? Because some of y'all are killing y'all future one comfortable day at a time, and you're calling that living. And you have the ability to change it, but you would rather stay the same than to change? Do that make sense? I don't think so. So today we're going to talk about why are we scared to change? And I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not here to make you feel better about it. I'm just here to try to give you some information so you can get to the point of you can affect your change. But if change won't change if you don't change something. I really want to basically bring to your attention what it's costing you. Because what I've learned over the last couple of years of coaching young men, it's not that most of y'all hate change. You hate what it requires of you to change. Because you don't like for somebody else to tell you that you're wrong. And that goes back to character. Like, can't nobody talk to you and tell you that you're wrong? So you don't really hate change. You hate losing control, or what you think is control. Because change means somebody else gets to tell you or get to point out what's broken. And you know it's broken, but because somebody else saying it, you'll rather hold on to it. And for a lot of young men out there, that feels like an attack on who you are. So instead of receiving the correction, you start to defend the dysfunction. And I'll give you an example. Think about the last time your mom, a coach, or even a boss at work asked you to change something. What was your first thought? Was it, let me hear what they saying so I could maybe try to fix it? Or was it, who are you to tell me what I'm doing? And what's crazy, like I said, I've been there, y'all, so don't take it like I'm judging nobody. I'm just trying to tell y'all, we got to get to a mindset that we have to change. If nothing has changed in the last 2-3 years, we have to change. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You have to change something. And 9 times out of 10, most of us get defensive before they even finish the sentence, because who are they to tell you anything? And it's not that even that you insecure. You just got pride. You got so much pride that you won't let nobody tell you nothing. And it's not even that you're stuck. You're committed to the version of you that keeps getting the same results, because to you it's more familiar. And familiar dysfunction feels safer than unfamiliar growth. And growth is hard. I be honest with you, it's hard. But it's something we all have to do, because the seasons change. And you gonna stay the same every season? Like I said, if we just say 3 years, that's 12 seasons, and you ain't changed a bit. You still sticking to that same old version of you, huh? That's not it, y'all. Just go tell y'all straight up, that's not it. We all know that one guy who's about to get serious about the gym, for 3 years. He ain't did nothing. He's still talking. We all know people like that. Or the one who keeps saying, man, I'm gonna stop messing with that girl. She ain't even no good for me. But he's still over there. He loyal to his comfort. We all know people like this. He'd rather be in the pain than to risk the growth because he can't see the growth. And like I said, you don't fear the work. You fear what it exposes. You fear that people will see you as less than because the pain that you have to show to actually heal. And nowadays with the internet, the problem ain't information. We got information everywhere. You already know everything you know you need to do. The problem is your refusal to obey what you already know. And I don't even know if obey is the word, but to execute on what you already know. You don't need another YouTube video. You don't need no discipline. You don't need another podcast with me on here telling you. I'm just, like I said, I enjoy doing it, so I'm on here doing it anyway. I'm gonna give y'all my little word. I do my little research, and I'm gonna tell you what I done found. You don't need to do no more nothing. You can't research or you can't watch another video on nothing. The information is all out there. But your problem is you. You refuse to execute on anything. And then here go the crazy part that everybody always say, and I used to say it too, so I'm not knocking nobody, but that's just how I am. So you could basically avoid accountability. That's just how I am. It's how I was raised. Well, change it, because it ain't doing you no good. You ain't got nowhere. And it's almost like we built the truth into, well, the lie into our identity and tried to make it like it's the truth because we don't want to be corrected. And I'm here to tell you that's not who you are. That's who you choosing to stay to be, because you have so much more in you, and you know you do. Because a lot of times when you're sitting alone with your thoughts, you're not happy with who you are, but you staying comfortable. And I'll say it again. You're not stuck. You're committed. You're committed to the version of you that keeps getting the same results because at least it's familiar to you. And this is just my opinion. So take it for what it's worth. I'm just telling y'all what I know. Like I said, I'm going to give y'all these Bible scriptures because this pattern shows up over and over again in scripture. And Deuteronomy 30:19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I set before you life and death, blessings and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. God didn't say change is optional. He put it in life or death terms. Refusing change, that's on you. It's choosing a path that kills your future on purpose. And it didn't just affect you, it affected your kids, your seeds, your kids' kids, the people who come after you, your kids' future, your family, the people who look up to you. You basically choosing comfortability over them. Proverbs 29:1. He that being often reproved hardened his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. That's deep. That's like basically when the door closed, it ain't gonna reopen because you hardened your neck. Some opportunities leave and don't come back. That's because some people stop trying to help you because you are who you are. And we know it's a lie, but that's what you tell the world. So, and by the time you notice it, it'll be too late. I even give you an example. When that mentor stopped calling you, that's not rejection, that's exhaustion. That coach gave up on pushing you when you out there, you playing yourself. You got a little game, got a little talent, but you playing yourself. That's him falling back. He ain't failing you. He falling back. You basically training people without even knowing it to expect nothing from you. Think about that. You're training people to expect nothing from you. And people don't just abandon you randomly. They leave when you harden your neck and making helping you pointless. They might as well go find somebody else to help. But we got to start taking accountability, because you can't always blame the other people. Sometimes it's just you. Ezekiel 18:31. God calls refusal to change self-destruction. Cast away from you all your transgressions, whereby ye have transgressed, and make you a new heart and a new spirit. For why should you die, O house of Israel? That's basically telling you right there, you got to kill that old man and rebuild anew. God ain't asking you why you struggling. He's asking you why you choosing death when life is available. And I hope I'm not talking over y'all head, because I don't want y'all. Look, I've been where y'all been, man. I've been out there. I understand. But I'm telling y'all, it's a better way. But God treats your refusal to change as self-destruction. You're doing it to yourself. I know it don't seem like it. You see, you focused on they doing this. They ain't helping me do this. I can't do this. Well, like I said, you focused on the wrong thing. You need to focus on you. What can you do to make things better? Matthew 16:25. For whoever so will save his life shall lose it, and whoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. This is the paradox young men don't get. The more you protect who you are or who you think you are, the more you lose who you could become. The old you isn't worth saving. You've already done that for years and years, but you keep repeating the same pattern over and over again. It's time to surrender that, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all one more. Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, but ye be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. If your mind won't be renewed, your life won't improve, because you basically choosing to stay the same. You can't keep the same thinking, the same stinking thinking, and expect different outcomes. That's not faith. It's not even reality. It's insanity. People don't fall apart because they lack a sermon. They fall apart because they harden their heart and won't let God work on them. And where this stuff starts showing up in your life is it's everywhere. Think about it this way. You got your spiritual fakers, the people who love to quote the promises, got the scriptures all on their shirt, but they never repent. They ain't got no obedience. It's just repeating the same. I call them spiritual fakers, whatever. You know what I mean? Because to them, the comfort of what they know is better than trying something new. And then this is the one everybody always keeps saying, God knows my heart. And that makes them not confront what's in their heart. It's basically they over spiritualizing everything. They waiting on God. Well, God waiting on you to work. You got to do something. You got to give God something to bless. He told you to stop doing what you're doing, but you keep doing it. You can't have a transformation if you ain't praying, fasting, reading your word. You got to do something. And then we all know the people that run from relationships. Like I said, this is how it show up in your life. You'd rather end a relationship than apologize when you know you was wrong. You losing good people over and over again. So now you keep running with the same crew because you run people off. It's their fault though. But the pattern keeps happening over and over again because you couldn't handle being corrected or having to man up and apologize. You had a girl that actually cared about you. She called you out though, and all of a sudden you flashing on her, she nagging you, and now she gone, and she got a new little thing or something, and now you all mad at her and chasing her down and want to fight. That's on you, bro. Just being honest with you. And then we got the people that's all distracted by the social media to basically avoid people telling them the truth. So they just sit in the house and scroll all the time and post comments or say all kind of hateful stuff behind the internet because that's their entertainment. Trying to, I don't want to say ruin people, but yeah, trying to basically social media beef. You won't say it in their face, but it makes no sense. That's all I'm saying. That's not living. My question is, when the last time you, instead of scrolling, when the last time you sat in silence? No music, no phone, no TV, and just sat with your thoughts. I know most of y'all haven't because it's hard. It's really hard. Man, look, I'm telling you, it's hard. But you got to find yourself first before you can do any of the stuff I'm talking about. And a lot of y'all can't do it because the moment you start getting quiet, your conscience start talking. And when your conscience start talking, you don't want to hear what it's saying. And back to that, that's just how I am. Okay, well, if that's just how you is, I feel sorry for you. Just being honest with you, because everything in this world changes. The grass dies and come back to life. Trees die and come back to life. Seasons change. You got to get rid of cars. But you the only thing gonna stay the same your whole life. Wow. Wow. And you gonna stick to that. You ain't gonna try to adjust nothing, huh? Hey, it's time, y'all. That's all I'm saying. And at the end of the day, this is costing you everything because you become uncoachable. Once you become uncoachable and you can't learn from somebody that might be doing a little better than you or can teach you something, I mean, at the end of the day, that's you basically threw in the towel. And then it's costing you when people stop expecting something from you. They start moving on from you. They don't even want to talk to you no more. They don't want to deal with you. You done made life too hard to even think about helping you. And like I said, you think because your mom or dad stopped complaining and fussing to you that you won. They just tired of yelling at you. At some point, you're going to have to grow up and figure out that this world is not what you thought it was. And you're going to make things so hard on yourself that you go be digging yourself out of a hole when you could just start owning your own stuff now. And stop becoming a defender of your own dysfunction, because at the end of the day, you're causing things to happen to you that you're trying to blame on everybody else. And it's causing you to become spiritually numb. And the more you resist it, the less you can actually recognize it. You stop feeling anything, actually. You stop hearing God. You become to the points where you stop speaking to people. You stop being able to, you basically start to isolate yourself. I talked about that last week. And at the end of the day, you're choosing to compound negatively. So your money going down, your relationships going down, your habits going down, your health, everything is going negative, and it's all because it's not bad luck. It's because you're choosing death over life, for lack of a better way of saying it. But the Bible said it, y'all. I gave you the scriptures. And the best thing about this whole message that I want to tell y'all, there is a way forward. Because change matters, because your life is already moving. But since it's already moving, it's up to you to feel like to basically transform and shape what you already know. You already know that stuff ain't leading you nowhere. It ain't got you nowhere this far. So you got to transform by the renewing of your mind. That means it's time to learn something new. And the goal is not self-improvement. It's not even. It's to grow. You trying to get in alignment with what God truly had envisioned for your life. So the outcome finally match what you always knew that you can do. But you got to start reaching for that. You got to start dreaming again. But you can't do that trying to protect the old version of you, because you're going to keep paying the same consequences. You can really actually change today if you wanted to. But you got to actually do that thing. You got to stick to it. So this week I want you to basically write down one correction that you can do and stop dodging it. And let's do it with no delay. Let's change now. Today, not tomorrow. If you told someone you apologize to them, apologize to them today. If you basically need to cut somebody off, cut them off today. If you need to stop a habit, stop it today. If you need to get up 30 minutes earlier, set that alarm tonight. If you need to read your word, start reading your word. If it ain't tonight, first thing in the morning. But whatever it is, I need you to change. It's time to change, y'all. Because being scared of change, 9 out of 10 people, like I told y'all earlier, would rather die than to change. That is sad. It's still some hope out here, y'all. But if you focus on all the negative stuff, you're going to keep attracting all that negativity. And it's time to stop making excuses. Stop explaining yourself. It's all action from here on. I want y'all to just start making action towards changing. You're not too far gone. You're not too far broken. You're not too old. You're not too young. You ain't too anything at the end of the day. You can actually change when you decide you want to change. You're not stuck to that old version of you. Let them go and move forward. Don't even look backwards. Once you decide you want to move forward, don't even think about nothing that you did yesterday. It can't help you. But your refusal to let go of who you have been is hurting your future. And next thing you know, 10, 20 years have been going down the line, and you'll be like, man, that one dude said that, man, that all I had to do was change. And I should have changed when I had the chance. But the question is not whether can you change, is will you change? So that's my word for y'all today, man. I know I'm on here a little bit longer. I just wanted to get that word out, because when I read that stat, I was dumbfounded by it. So I'm like, wow, y'all can change, man. I changed. Like, I'm about to be 50, and I was 43 when I started to change. I knew I needed something different. So if I can do it, anybody can do it, because I was out there deep. I did everything y'all was doing and more. If I can do it, you can do it. So y'all already know what I like to say. Stay real, stay raw, stay grounded in your faith, and walk boldly in your purpose. And until the next time, y'all, I'm out.